I am nervous and excited. I'm motivated. So much crazy stuff is going on. So much crazy stuff is going on behind the scenes. So much crazy stuff happened this weekend. I'm going to tell you what's going on. I'm going to give you information that you're not going to hear about anywhere else. But here's what I need you to do. We have got to do what we've been doing all along, or else this entire political underbelly of Tarrant County that's been running things forever they're going to win if we don't take action. But the reason why I'm a little bit excited is because I see the right people taking action and listening to me and you. If we stand up and we let our voices be heard, they're listening to you. And I'm going to just kind of start with the call to action. If you don't have time to listen to anything else, hear this. The Tarrant County Commissioner Court put on their agenda to vote for the recall, or to discuss and take action on the recall tomorrow, Tuesday, March 7th at 10 a.m. Send them emails. Show up, please. They will do the right thing. I'm confident, I'm motivated, I'm optimistic that they'll do the right thing if we let our voices be heard. I need you to do it. You need you to do it. Tarrant County needs you to do it. And if you just take 5 seconds right now to send some emails, and if you have the opportunity, show up tomorrow at 10 a.m. Let me tell you what's going on. Woo! Here's what's happened. Okay, so in the beginning of February, I told people I was going out to the city of Keller to ask the city of Keller to consider recalling the TAD board chairwoman, Catherine Wildman. And people responded. Several of you showed up at that meeting. We asked for Keller to consider the recall. The next meeting, they voted unanimously 7-0 for that recall. The only reason they did that is because you guys took action and they listened to you and they stood up and did the right thing. It's so refreshing to hear politicians act in the interest of their constituents and not in the interest of whatever kind of political alignings they have or whatever kind of, backroom deals are going on. They stood up and they did what you asked them to do. And then what happened was the chairwoman, Catherine Wildman, resigned. All this stuff was reported all over the news. She resigned. And so we're all thinking, oh, wow, this is a win. This is a done deal, until the Tarrant Appraisal District Board of Directors meeting that just happened a couple of days ago on, I think it was the 4th. Catherine Wildman showed up and sat in the chairperson's seat and conducted the meeting. This is after she resigned and after they initiated the recall. She sat there and conducted the meeting. She said it was because some holdover provision, but it doesn't make sense. And if the holdover provision allowed her to sit in that seat then she's still sitting there now until the vacancy is filled. She actually even went in and partook in their executive session, which is like the private behind closed doors meeting. Why was she in that meeting? And I'll tell you what, I probably wouldn't have said anything about it, but here's some inside info. I've confirmed through multiple sources that she's been making phone calls to basically campaign for herself. And I can't understand why, except for, I think I've got an idea. But here's another piece of information. The past outgoing judge that was presiding over the commissioner's court when she was elected or nominated by that entity and selected as their candidate, his name is Judge Glenn Whitley. I've confirmed through multiple sources, he's been making phone calls. And I'm just thinking there are shenanigans going on and something is up. And the people of Tarrant County are going to win this thing if we just take action. But something's going on here. And here's what it looks like it could be. And I don't want to speculate too much, but man, I'm done giving benefit of the doubt. I'll tell you this. Moments ago, I just thought, I'm about to send this email out. I'm about to tell the world about what's going on behind closed doors. I've already sent Catherine Wildman an email saying, hey, here's all the list of the things that I'm telling people you've done wrong. And in one of the meetings, she made a statement that there was another side of the story and maybe some of the things I was saying weren't accurate. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to afford her the same courtesy that I wish she would have afforded me. And I'm going to email her and say, hey, I'd like to discuss some of these items. If you feel like there's something I'm saying that's not accurate, then let me know, and I'll consider revising what I'm sending out. Like, I'm trying to be fair and impartial about this as much as I can. I'm not impartial. I'm actually very partial to the citizens of Tarrant County, but I wanted to be fair to her and objective at least. So she didn't ever respond to that email. And then moments ago, I thought, you know what, before I record this video and before I send this thing out, I'm just going to call her. I'm just going to call Catherine Wildman and do the adult thing and pick up the phone and say, and just tell her what I'm doing and give her a chance to respond. I called her. She picked up the phone. I guess she doesn't have me programmed in her caller ID. It's not the first time I've talked to her or I've called. She's never had a conversation with me other than what just happened today, which is I said, hello, Ms. Wildman, this is Chandler Crouch. I said, did I catch you at a bad time? She said, actually, yeah, I'm about to walk out the door. I said, okay, well, I was just about to send this email and to a lot of people, which she knows what that means. And I said, I just wanted to give you a chance to tell your side of the story and respond a little bit about about some things. And I've got some questions for you. She said, okay, well, that's fine. I'll just read it when you send out the email. And she hung up on me. Wow. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. She has no reason to like me, but I'm just thinking, man, let's let the truth prevail. And if she's got a side that isn't being told, then I'm not interested in not telling that. But you can go to my blog and you can see all the things that I'm saying that she's done wrong. I've got sources for everything. I've got meetings that where like news articles that I didn't make up. Somebody else printed the news article, and I'm just saying, hey, here's the issue, and here's the issue, and here's a board meeting where you can hear her talking about this. It's buttoned up. There's nothing in there that's not accurate, and she just doesn't want to have to face the truth. And here's the thing. She doesn't want to listen to you guys. And I don't know what the agenda is. I have no clue. But all I know is this. When the outgoing judge, Glenn Whitley, and she and all these other people are trying to, behind the scenes, finagle a little bit, it makes me wonder what's up. And here's an idea of what it could be. If the recall doesn't go through, or let's just say this. If they can figure out how to fill the seat using an alternative method other than the recall, then what ends up happening is the Tarrant Appraisal District Board of Directors themselves get to vote to fill that seat. And they could actually vote to fill that same seat with Catherine Wildman. She could even cast a vote for herself because she's sitting in the chair still. Even though they said it's vacant, she's sitting in the chair. So it's just dirty. And I know this. We can avoid all of the hearsay, innuendo, speculation about what's going on and what could happen if the commissioner's court does the right thing tomorrow. And they will do the right thing if me and you let them know that they can't get away with doing anything other than the right thing. And this is the opportunity for the commissioner court to show us that they're going to stand up, they're going to act for the citizens, and they're going to do the right thing. And not only are they going to vote for the recall, but here's what I think the right thing is. How are we supposed to decide what candidate to fill that seat with? Well, let's look at the most recent election where Catherine Wildman was chosen as the commissioner's court nominee. The way it works is they had a bunch of candidates, and the top 5 candidates get a position. Well, if the top 5 candidates get the position, and then one drops out, then candidate number 6. The next one in line would be that logical choice to fill the shoes. And that candidate just happens to be a candidate that was voted on by 23 different taxing entities. And he's the next most logical solution. And this is a guy, his name's Gary Lasada. He's had experience on the board, and he wouldn't have a learning curve at all. And so if you just step back from it and you say, what's the objective, logical next step solution? It would be, let's vote for the recall and let's get the guy in line that represents the interests of the people, has a track record of standing up and doing the right thing, and that's it. So send an email to the commissioner's court, tell them to vote for the recall, show up tomorrow at 10 a.m., and I will see you there. Thank you so much. We will win. The citizens of Tarrant County mean business, and we just have to show them. All they have to do is hear your voice, and they'll straighten up. They'll do the right thing. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you. See you later.